right now, we are about to get into a conversation that might interest you because it's about a health condition that affects so many people. And it's been prevalent these days, and we don't know exactly why. But then we'll be talking about the role of diet in managing chronic kidney disease. And in the studio with us is Reverend Prince Baidoo, who is the head of dietherapy unit at the Tema General Hospital, and he's also the governing board member of the Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Hello, sir.
Hello, Chris.
So it's been a long time.
Yes, it's been a while.
You know, you just disappeared like that, and then you just started talking to us on Zoom, and then you went away for a very long time. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been around. I've been about the nutritional health of Ghana.
Yeah, and
so
just
we're
working.
doing here and there, and also doing some courses here and there.
All right. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, so let's get into the conversation, the role of diet in managing chronic kidney disease. First of all, can you give us a bit of an explanation what the kidney disease is all about?
Yes, thank you very much, Chris. So the kidney, there are two. They are organs in the body. And if I would say the kidneys are the zoom lion of the body. So it actually, they filter all the waste that the body makes in the body. So, and when the blood is moving for the filtration to happen or the removal of the waste to happen, it goes through both kidneys.
Yeah.
Right. So when there's an issue with the kidney, maybe the person had blood pressure, high blood pressure, or the person had diabetes, or the person had an impact. You know, the kidneys are at our back.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody had an accident, something hit the back or something. It can affect the kidney. The kidney can be in shock, or as the diseases I mentioned earlier, diabetes, hypertension happens, the kidney weakens with time.
Right.
So when it is no longer able to remove all the waste that the body makes, then we say the kidney is diseased.
Right.
We say it's chronic when the disease cannot be reversed. Right. That it becomes part of the person, and we must manage the person.
Yeah. So, like right now, what's the current state of chronic disease? I mean, chronic kidney disease in Ghana? Because obviously we've been hearing a lot of talks about it, a lot of awareness about it, and so on. So, what's the state right now in Ghana?
Very, very dire. The rate of increase of the disease is alarming. It's very alarming. We are having many people. At first, it used to be like I told you, people who have been suffering from one language and one disease.
Another lifestyle disease. Yeah.
Yes, and they are growing. At the end of the disease, then they have it. So we used to see it among the elderly. Now we have very young people in their 20s, some even in their teens, also suffering from kidney disease. And the rate is increasing by the years. Yeah. So we have the rate of kidney diseases that have been diagnosed in our hospitals going up.
Do we know why?
Going up. We know part of the reason, not all. Especially for the surge. That's the surge we are seeing in the past few years. It's been studied. But we know that the one key or two key diseases that will result in kidney condition will be the hypertension and diabetes. So we are having people growing very big now, people who are not taking particular of their food, and we are not active too. So these are risk factors that are making people gain weight and get these conditions, hypertension or diabetes. Right. Sometimes too, when people overindulge in some things, that will put pressure on the kidney. So if you are abusing drug, or you are taking some concoctions that you don't know the concentration, those can also result in that. And anything that has a lot of waste that the kidney will have to work so hard to remove from your blood could actually affect the strength of the kidney. All
right, now you're obviously a dietitian and a seasoned one at that. So what is the role of diet when it comes to prevention of any issues on the kidney?
Yeah, so there are two legs. When someone is suffering from chronic kidney disease, we are saying that the person is not able to remove the waste as efficient as it used to be. So we look at the various foods we eat. So we have our proteins, so our fish, our meat, our eggs, our beans. They will give proteins. When we eat proteins, when the scent of the urine, we call it pungent smell. It's nitrogen. They are the waste from the protein foods we eat. So we look at proteins. We don't give a lot of proteins to people who have a kidney condition. Depending upon the age, depending upon the weight, depending on whether the person has very slimmed or has quite an amount of, then we'll calculate how much of proteins we will include in the food. But proteins are looked at critically because when the person eats more than necessary, the kidneys cannot remove the waste, and it will stay in the blood and cause the person to, you see, the swelling of the feet, sometimes swelling of the face and all that. Right. And another thing too is the sodium from salt and potassium that normally we get from fruits and vegetables. So those ones too, normally if your kidney is working well, we eat it and sometimes we don't even measure. If it's excess, it will just come through your urine. But when there's a problem with the kidney, we check the salt. We measure the salt, the amount of salt you can take per day, and also the amount of fruit and vegetables you can eat. You see, we say eat fruits and vegetables freely.
It's healthy.
It's healthy. But when the kidney is compromised, you can't just eat any amount. Because when you eat more than necessary, your kidneys will not be able to remove the excess vitamins or minerals, as well as the sodium that you will have.
Right. Now that is for already someone that has the chronic. Yeah. So now what about someone that just wants to prevent it? What are you supposed to eat?
Yes. So preventing chronic kidney disease would mean preventing hypertension, preventing diabetes. Yes. So
right, preventing any lifestyle disease.
The lifestyle things that really dovetails into the condition. So like I think the last session that we were here, we talked about how we can eat healthily. Yeah. Normally we will say that apart from the kidney disease that we cut proteins and other things very, very low, we say that the diseases, the food we eat, example, to prevent diabetes or manage diabetes, is that same food you must eat before the diabetes even comes, right? So we don't wait to be sick to eat that.
Right.
So your vegetables or the greens, either your contomere or your garden eggs or cabbage that you are using for your stew, your soups, or your vegetable salad, you eat a lot of that. You don't eat more of your staples, our carbohydrate, bread. Some people, bread is aside. They eat when they eat banku, they go and eat bread. When they eat rice, they go and eat bread. But bread is also carbohydrate. So it means that you flood.
So basically, you flood your whole body
with sugar. So we say that for us to prevent kidney disease, we need to eat the meals we eat to prevent diabetes and hypertension. What are the meals? Whenever you sit and you are eating, eat a lot of the grains, then moderate amount of your carbohydrates, then moderate amount of proteins, and drink a lot of water.
Right. Okay, now talking about proteins, you know, like there are people that work out, you understand, and mostly some of them want more gains, and sometimes if you want more gains when it comes to muscles, that means you have to eat a lot of proteins. Now, is that going to be a problem to a human being, especially someone that doesn't have the chronic disease already? Would that actually cause a problem someday? If there's so much protein?
Yeah. So we know that those who are doing strength training may need more proteins than the average person. Yeah. But the more protein is calculated, it's not arbitrary. We don't just say you need a lot of protein, so just add whey to your food, just eat a lot of eggs, then take a lot of meat.
Chicken and all that.
No. So the person who would want to do more, some strength training to gain a bit of muscles must see the exercise dietitian or the exercise nutritionist to calculate.
And that's the mistake a lot of people make. They don't go to see any exercise dietitian or even maybe read the back of their whatever. They just use it.
That is the problem. So if you overindulgence in any of the nutrients could cause trouble.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Could cause trouble.
Even though it sounds healthy.
Yes. So, you know, and the body is robust. So you'll be able to move around for a while until you get to your threshold that you see that you're having issues.
Okay.
So excess protein intake is not recommended.
Yeah. So basically, I was going to ask you what foods actually are very harmful to the kidney, but now you're telling me excess of everything could be harmful.
Especially excess salt. I spoke about it. Excess salt, which is likely to push you into hypertension. Right?
Wow.
You are not active. You don't walk, and you are gaining weight.
Yeah. So the sedentary lifestyle is also a problem.
It's a problem. So like kidney disease is not isolated. It's not just hanging somewhere.
Yeah.
It is embedded in a whole lot of lifestyle.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't just come up or pop up like a headache.
No, it may happen like that, and that's what we normally say acute.
Oh.
So the person took maybe a particular medication, took overdose, maybe times 3, times 4.
Okay.
Then the kidney all of a sudden is seized with a lot of things to remove from the blood, and it shuts down.
Yeah.
So that's when you are rushed to the hospital, it can be worked on and it can be reversed.
Yeah.
It may be reversed depending upon how long you stayed in the house. But the usual chronic, before the condition will become chronic, it would have traveled over time.
Right. So now what are the practical dietary strategies or tips that you actually advise us to practice right now?
Yeah, so anybody who's listening to me and is suffering from chronic kidney disease must have seen a dietitian. You know, sometimes when they come and we plan their meals for them, and as I said, reduce proteins, reduce vegetables and fruit, so that the kidney will be free to be able to remove the little, and some are also on dialysis. Those who are on dialysis too, we look at the person's stage, the stage of the chronic kidney. We have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, we have end stage, right? So depending upon the stage the person is, we are able to give appropriate meal for the person. The reason why I wouldn't be able to say, maybe this one must eat 1 egg or 2 eggs is that every kidney patient is different.
Yeah.
Right. But the general principle is that the amount of proteins are reduced, the amount of vitamins, minerals, and so like salt and from the fruits and other are also reduced.
Yeah.
So what we are saying is that the first thing the person must do, if he hasn't seen a dietitian yet, please see your dietitian.
I think nobody really thinks about the dietitian. That's the truth.
Yeah. see your dietitian. Get your meals well prepared.
Right.
And there are a lot of research that shows that if you are on your
things right.
you do things right, you are able to prolong your life. We take care of them, and they do well.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we actually have some WhatsApp messages, and we have 3 here. How long does it take for a kidney disease or failure to come to dull recovery? That's one. Are kidney disease or failure the same? Basically, the person's asking if kidney disease and kidney failure is the same thing. And are there stages? If yes, how many, and how do you deal with each stage?
Yeah, so yes.
So let's start with 1.
Yeah,
so how long does it take for a kidney disease or failure to come to full recovery? I think it's full recovery, not dull recovery here.
Yeah, so full recovery, meaning that then here we are looking at kidney failure on account of acute kidney failure because of either something hits the person or the person took quote unquote a poison. And now how long? The period between the injury to the kidney to the time that you seek help is very important. So if you had drug abuse and you stayed home for 3 days, 4 days, by the time you go, it is chronic, right? So it's the period between the time that the injury happened and
the time you get to the hospital.
Exactly. That will determine whether you can have full recovery or it would have moved into chronic.
Right. So are kidney disease and kidney failure the same?
Sometimes it's used interchangeably. Yes. Right. And the failure usually would refer to when it has gone to it has reached the end stage.
Right. Are there stages? And if yes, how many?
Yeah, there are stages. We have the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and end stage.
Wow. End stage is, let's forget it.
Yeah, end stage is usually that is where the kidney's ability to remove waste from the body by itself is gone very, very, very low.
So usually what happens at that stage?
Almost all of them are on dialysis.
All right, so we actually have another one, and this is from Leslie from Ashoman. He said, is protein diet good during this condition? I'm sure you answered that already.
Yes, I've answered that because
you can just go through
yeah.
it again.
So it's a balanced diet that is recommended. The person will require all the nutrients, right? So including protein,
Right.
but every stage of the kidney disease and the amount of protein required.
Yeah. So it's all about balance.
Yeah. So protein diet, by protein diet he means the most of the bulk of the meal is protein. Right. So if the bulk of the meal is protein, it means that you are using protein as your energy source.
Yes.
And that it should be a lot.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of it and you are stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 or end stage, it will be an issue.
Yeah.
It will worsen the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
You see, that's why it's actually very important for us to visit our dietitians in case of any problem.
Yeah.
And not just go to the hospital. I mean, go to the hospital. It's important to go to the hospital because the doctor will actually tell you what to do and the problems that you have.
Yeah.
But the dietitians will actually help you know what to eat during those times to actually help you. So if you put that together with the medicine and the treatment that you're getting, you can see, I think that there will be progress. Okay, lastly, so what is your takeaway or your key message to everybody watching right now?
Yeah, so everyone watching us, I'll start from here, that the whole of this month is our nutrition month. And our focus, so Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, we are focusing on nutrition for the kidney health.
Right.
So, in fact, from the first day of July, we've been talking about what you can do to prevent hypertension, what you can do to prevent diabetes, what you can do to prevent growing too big, and all that. Because these are key risk factors for you getting kidney disease over time. So, we are saying that follow us on our various handles. We have Facebook, Gant. So, when you just...
G-A-N-D.
G-A-N-D. We are all over IG. You can get us on Facebook and also on X.
Right.
So follow us there. And I will tell anybody who maybe has any of the risk factors. You have diabetes, you have hypertension. Take very good care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take your medication if you're on medication. If you are using lifestyle to manage it because your doctor and dietitian has come together to agree on that, please, let's be consistent. Because when it gets to a certain stage, the only thing we can do is to help you manage it, and sometimes it is very unpleasant.
Right. Okay, so before I let you go, another question just came.
Yeah.
Thank you for your messages, by the way. Why are sodium and water sometimes restricted in renal diseases? Esinam from Ho is asking.
Yes, so like I was talking about the kidney's ability to remove. One of the key things the kidney balances is water. So it checks whether the amount of water in your blood is enough or is low. If it's low, it retains a lot of water.
Yeah. Oh.
And if it is high, it makes you urinate a
lot.
Right. So, but when the kidney is compromised and it's not able to do this sieving work very well, then when you take even the normal water you are used to, you are not able to take it out, and it makes you swell. What we call edema.
Yeah, so that's the water retention.
Yes, you see water retention in the body and sometimes in the abdominal area. And salt, the same thing.
Salt actually does the same thing.
So when you have salt in the blood, it is the kidney that determines, oh, you have too much sodium. Let me get some out as part of your, to come through the urine.
Right.
Or it is not enough, so let me retain a lot.
Yeah.
So that letting out and retention activity of the kidney is lost when it is diseased.
All right, another one just came.
Yeah.
Is urinating a lot good or bad?
All right, so let's say if someone is listening to us and has not been drinking water.
You don't
see, if the person has not been drinking water, maybe the person drinks 1 sachet water a day or 2 sachets water a day, which is just a liter. And the person just heard that, oh, it's important you drink 3 liters of water
and then
a day. And the person start drinking 3 liters. You see that within that period, short period, the person will be urinating. But within 3 days or 1 week, the body will adapt.
It just becomes normal.
Yes, but then if the person drinks enough water prior to when he started experiencing consistent urination or regular urination, then we must check. The person must go to the hospital and check. It could be diabetes, because one of the symptoms of diabetes is frequent urination and frequent tests.
Okay, someone just sent a message like that. If you don't drink enough water but still urinate, is that okay?
So the person
It depends on your amount of urine, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and the weather. It depends on the weather too. If you are within an AC, a very cold environment,
you would tend to
the body
go to the blue
will,
a lot.
yes, will not retain a lot of water. So, but if it is not your usual, maybe you are not used to urinating after every 30 minutes, you just realize that you are urinating, then we'll ask you to go for a checkup.
Okay, so Lillian, you know, we want to end, but these questions keep coming, so that means people are really interested in this topic. Lillian from Dansoman, she said, hello, Chris. I don't know if this is related to the discussion, but I tend to keep my pee a long time. Please ask what the risks are. Lillian.
We don't recommend that.
Yeah.
We don't recommend that because it can lead to urinary infections. Yeah, and it can weaken the bladder. The sphincter, the one that locks the bladder and opens and closes. You can weaken it. So it's not recommended. Yes, it's not recommended.
Lillian, you heard it. It's not recommended. And wow, thanks for this discussion. Very enlightening. It's from Harry from Pram Pram. And hashtag Breakfast Daily. Thank each and every one of you for actually sending in your message. And thank you for watching too. We really do appreciate it. And a very big thank you to Reverend Prince Baidoo, Head of Dietherapy Unit at the Tema General Hospital and Governing Board Member of Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, or GAND. This has been a very interesting conversation.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Look, I'm going to drink water right now.
Very important. Very, very important.
I'm going to drink. I mean, I drink water already. I try, but I just think we need to keep our kidney health safe. And if you know that you probably have the disease or probably have heard from your doctor and that you have, you know, a problem with your kidney, I think it's time for you to also see a dietitian. You know, it doesn't just work with only going to the hospital, but also it's important to see a dietitian, okay? Not just one doctor, but the food doctor too. All right, thank you so much. It's really nice talking to you.
Thank you too.
All right,